Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Buddy Blackford and it is hot as hell in my room right now. No, we're going to learn more about After Effects CS6 from the New Boston's channel, and this time I'm going to teach you about the graph editor. And in this tutorial I'm going to explain the graph editor and explain the buttons. I wanted to let you guys know that I checked my computer earlier because it was going slow, which you can't tell on the tutorials, but I was experiencing some performance issues, so I opened it up and noticed that it was super dusty and dust was caked on. So I wanted to just do a quick shout out to everybody to check your computer and make sure you dust it out. It'll expand the lifetime. It won't expand it. It'll keep the lifetime up higher than it would be if it was all dusty. So just check it out and dust it out on a regular basis. Let's get to the tutorial now. So the graph editor is this button right here. I added a rotation to my tuna can, so it does a little flip there, and you can notice that it's not perfect. At the end it slides, so that's what we can use the graph editor to fix. But the graph editor button is right here. It is used to animate properties manually, so you can animate rotation, position, among a lot of things. You can edit them in the graph editor as long as they're animated. The hotkey for the graph editor is Shift F3. So let's Shift F3. Although I feel like it's easier to just click on it so that you don't have to take your hand off the mouse. I don't like using two-handed shortcuts. Some of you, if you have bigger hands than I do, may be able to reach that. So let's get on with the graph editor here. To zoom in and out of your graph editor, you can use this slider down here. There you go. Oop. Goes really fast. You can also use this slider up here. Both do kind of the same thing. This slider seems like to be a little bit more fine-tuning there. And you can move around from left to right with this slider down here. On the graph, you show animated properties is going to be unselected at first, so I'll unselect that so you guys can start off in the same position I am. On the graph, x-axis equals time. So going from left to right is time, and it's going by frames. As you can see up here, the frames. Up and down is the y-axis, and that is your values. You can hover over the motion path here to see which type of property you have selected and which layer you have selected. So I've got tuna selected, it's rotation, and then the value right now is 164.32 degrees. So if I go to this spot right here, that's 164.32 degrees around that spot. You can hover over top of a keyframe to see the time that the keyframe is at, and the same things like the rotation and the degrees and everything like that, the values. You can, if you zoom in far enough, your line here, it will go off the screen. You can hold spacebar to drag. As you can see, while I'm dragging, the graph was automatically adjusting to the height. If you watch these degrees right here, it automatically adjusts to the height of your line. So you can see now that the degrees are changing there. That was the autosave that popped up. It's going to do that from time to time. So there you go with that. And I can go over the buttons with you. So I'm going to zoom back out. And the buttons down here. This right here is the choose which properties are shown in the graph editor button. That's the technical name for it. So if I uncheck show selected properties, nothing will be shown because we can't show anything. So we have what's selected. Position, so position is going to show up now. If I show animated properties, that's going to show both of them because I have both position and rotation animated. The next menu that's over is the graph options and the graph types. So I can get into these later on. I would always have the auto select graph type on and show graph tooltips on for now. This next icon that looks like a set of buckyballs, and not what you guys may be thinking. Get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, I'm talking about these here. These are fun to play with on your desk at work, let me tell you. What if we all sent a bunch of these to Bucky? That would be cruel. So I do not advocate that. The next button over that looks like a magnet here. Oh, I gotta tell you what the Buckyballs one does. So this is the transform box around the selected points. So I can select these right here, and then click on this one, and now it makes a transform box, and I can move it around. There you go. Hit Control Z to get back to where I was. I'm gonna uncheck the transform box there, and now we can get to the magnet tool. This is the toggling the snap on and off. So if I want to move this keyframe here by clicking it, oh, I have too many selected. Unselect and then click on the keyframe, and then I can drag it, and if I hold shift it'll snap,